Good morning and welcome to all of you. Welcome to our new lesson based on English language course. Today our lesson is present perfect tense. But before this, we'll show some words, we'll write some words here, and we'll make the language practice of those words. Then we'll switch over to our lesson based on traditional formulas. Let me start here. Our first word. The second, some other words. Account. Account. Second, P-A-L-A-C-E, it's palace. Phallus. It's T-O-U-R, it's tour. Tourist. T-O-U-R-I-S-T, it's tourist. Expensive, it's E-X-P-E-N-S-I-V-E, it's expensive. Today we'll do some 10 words. Accountant. That's accountant. Seven, nose. Or this is nose. Sample. Only 8 words because we don't have space here. That is sample. Now see, let's first read these words. Accountant, account. This count. Account. Not a, it's a count. Account. Palace. Be a bit louder. Palace. Tour. Tourist. Expensive. Accountant. Nose. Sample. Nose. Accountant. Expensive. Tourist. Tour. Palace. Account. Palace. Tour. Tourist. Expensive. Accountant. Nose. And sample. Now let's do one-to-one conversation based on these words. What do you know about account? See, when I will say about the one-to-one conversation, when you are acquainted about when you are relating words, I would say relating words with your day-to-day things. Your conversation, your speech becomes more accurate. Speech becomes more simple and more soothing and sugary. It becomes very sweet once you relate your words with day-to-day activities. See, your activities based on your classroom lessons, that will improve only your topic deliverance. But once you relate these words with your day-to-day activities, your conversation, your speech, your this what we call that language will become more good. Now, so what do you know about account, sir? Yesterday I went to bank, sir, and I told the clerk to open account for me, and he was happy that I'm going to open account there. And later on, tell me about, what do you know about palaces? Sir, I have read about the palaces there in the books, in historical books, and in history books. What we see there, the palaces wherein kings and their queens, they would live there. tell me something about tour. So tour is very good for health, and if you go and you go for the tour to any country or to Kashmir, you get experience here, you get very close to nature. Once you get very close to nature, you come to know about people, about mountains, about glaciers, about different things. So tour is always important. Tourist. Have you seen any tourist in your this countryside? Yes, sir. Lot tourists, they do visit here in winters as well as in summers. In winters, they do come here for skiing. And once I was with a tourist in Gulmarg, and we did skiing there. That was a nice experience. And what do you about when you go to market? Do you prefer expensive clothes or very cheap? No, sir. I prefer medium one, because once you go to these malls and you see there the same clothes in different shops, they have different rates of same same content is there. So I prefer in the medium one, but good quality clothes, not expensive one. Accountant. Did accountant help you there in the bank, sir? Yes, sir. Accountant, he did help there, and when I had to open my account there, he did help a lot there in the bank. And tell me something about noses. Sir, I have seen a lot noses people do wear. Some wear beautiful noses, and some wear shabby noses, and some wear something, I won't say awkward, but I would say that something typical noses, like we do have Ladakhis, we do have Chinese people, they have typical noses. Yeah, how can you say that samples do help a person? Sir, yes, samples do help a person. We'll take the example of medical, this medical exercise we do. The representatives, they do go to doctors and they do give samples, medical samples to doctors, and they see the efficacy first, and then only they recommend it for the patients. So you don't have to have a lot first. You only have to this sample first, and then you do make experiment. Now let's start our lesson today. Our lesson is present perfect tense. So are we ready? Yeah, let's start. Let's rub first. You can make paragraph yourself based on only these words. Today our lesson is present perfect tense. First we'll see the formula, but this is based on traditional technique, traditional formula. So I write here present perfect tense, present perfect tense. I'll see the formula first, show formula. Let's devise here for the positive sentences like we have in present indefinite and present continuous. This is the positive. First is always subject, and then after subject we have has or have. First we'll write the formula and then we'll explain, and then third form of verb and then object. Now the negative one, in negative we have subject, then has, have, and then not, plus third form verb and then object. You can also have here this hasn't, haven't. Now interrogative, we'll take out has and have like we do in present tense and present continuous. Have or has, we'll take them out, and then we have subject, and then we have third form of verb plus object, and we'll mark here with the punctuation with this question mark. Now we have the last one, that is interrogative, negative one. Interrogative, negative. So has, have, then we have subject plus not, or you can have not first, has, have, then not, has not, he gone there, not, then third form plus object. So this was present perfect tense. So the formula is subject has have third form and this object. Subject has have not third form and object. Have has for the interrogative, then subject third form and object, and then interrogative negative has have subject, then not, then third form, and then object. Now let's take example and do the exercise first. Do the exercise first. Let's take example. The subject would be a boy, and the verb we'll take here is eat, and the object is food. So let's see, what is the subject here? A boy is the subject, so in place of S we'll write a boy here, a boy. Then has, let's talk about has and have. Has and have, these are helping verbs. These are helping verbs. Has is the singular helping verb and have is the plural helping verb. Has is always meant for singulars, have always meant for plurals. So this is this, and then a boy, we'll see here, this is singular, so this subject, this is the noun, singular noun, so we'll use has. So a boy has. Very good. So third form according to formula, eat, ate, eaten. So eaten food. So a boy has eaten food. So the negative one we'll write here, a boy has not eaten food. A boy has not eaten food. Then interrogative, we'll take this out. Has a boy eaten food, and then has a boy not eaten food. So this was our lesson today. Let's evaluate with more examples. First we had the example, a boy is a singular noun. Let's take another example, boys. Boys is the example plural one. So boys, will we use now has or have? Have, because this is plural one, and later this verb will be write. So the third form of write is written. Write, wrote, written. So boys have written a letter or their lessons. Boys have written their lessons. Boys have not written their homework. Have boys, the interrogative one, have boys written their homework, and have boys not written their homework. So this was our today's lesson. We hope that you make the practice at your home, and when you go home you make the practice of these words which we learned in the beginning of the lesson, then also the lesson, this grammar lesson, which is important for the language work. So I would like you to subscribe our videos when you watch videos on YouTube, and also I would like you to suggest, if you have any suggestion, we are very open to answer your suggestion, also to improve our lessons, be it the camera work, be it the audio, be it the content as well, wherein you find that there is need of going through this exercise. We'll do that, or modifications that we have. So you can write my address, BUKHARIHAMID786 @gmail.com. So see you in our next lecture. Till then, goodbye.